Hello, 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 hello. Looks like we're having that issue again. Oh, and I didn't connect stream avatars. I'm cool. I'm really cool. Um, Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we're having the issue again where Stream Elements is actually viewing Thursday's stream as the current stream. I don't know what's up with that. Don't ask me. I don't know. Keaton, hello. Blaze. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry myself. Joey, you're supposed to go back to bed in 2.5 hours. Can you push it back to see what happens to Forte? Yes. You crave cheddar and blood chorus. I see. Howdy. Abyss Lurker, because I just copy-pasted. I copy-pasted. Chill. Okay, you're early. So, I'm gonna give a few minutes for people to filter in here. And then I'm gonna express, and I've said these to Blaze, so, like, they're written in stone. I've told him already what my theories are. Hi, wing it, hi, wing it. No, I copied and pasted. You're in a hotel tonight. Mom had her surgery and it went well. I'm so glad the surgery went well, Keaton. You fell asleep on the couch. I feel that. Blaze has taken notes. So once a few more people filter in, because I know that this is going to be... It's Dangan night. It's popular. I'm going to go over what my theories are, because I've got two. How the fuck do you copy in pasta? Oh, you sweet summer child. You obviously haven't been on the internet long enough. Brayden Hamilton, g'day. How's your day been? It's been pretty okay. Your upstairs neighbor made brownies. Oh, you can smell them. Brownie. You've been up since 3 a.m. Her appointment was at 5:30 and it's an hour drive. Ugh. You're more winter despite the fact you can't feel cold. Okay. You love puzzle and clue games, but Danganronpa has always a way of making you angry confused. Very interesting. I'm usually pretty good at this. Alright, I think there's a good few people here. So I've got chat, don't forget Neko. Don't forget Neko has merch. True. Neko does have merch. I think Blaze bought a hoodie yesterday. Thank you. There'll be more merch around Christmas time, I'm hoping. So long as everything goes to plan. You're outside with no shirt on and you just... Okay, whatever. A light blue hoodie? Makes sense. So here's my predictions. There's two ways this is gonna go. God damn it, wait. You weren't much just... God damn it, cry. I know you want merch. You're gonna get some merch for Christmas. Don't worry, dear. Right, I'm just as dead as you are, Joey. So here's the thing. We're either gonna have traditional Danganronpa or we're gonna have non-traditional Danganronpa. And I have a very solid in mind what's gonna happen for either scenario. So, if this is traditional Danganronpa, if they went by the book and they did the tropes and the tropes, we're gonna see a typical sports bro kills home happy character. So we're gonna get Art killing Pandora. Like, if this is traditional Danganronpa, Art's gonna kill Pandora. That is my prediction. If this is non-traditional Danganronpa and they are doing something interesting with the series, I expect for Ashley to kill Forte. That's my thoughts, and I've thought well and hard about this in the week between playing and tonight. That's my thoughts. We'll see. We will see. On top of that, I have a couple other predictions. I expect that we're going to meet our Monokuma stand-in tonight. I'm expecting that it's going to be female presenting based on the way that it spoke and based on the color, the text and everything. It just seems like it's going to be a female character. Uh, Chorus, you're funny. The other thing is that we're going to then meet 1 to 3 other well, between 1 and 3 other characters tonight, in my opinion, like ultimates. I think we're gonna get that Zero guy that was in the, yeah, these are all just theories. These are theories. They're game theories. Hello, hi. These are my theories. I believe that we're going to get, and I'm just thinking of people who we've heard about in the game. So I'm thinking that we're going to get the Zero guy, who I'm honestly expecting to either A, be the person in charge of all this, or B, be that ultimate radio host that we heard about. That's my thought for that. I'm then expecting that in the case, and this is again in the case that I was right with the first one, and this is traditional Danganronpa, and Art kills Pandora, then we're gonna meet Pandora's sister. And I have no idea. I don't know what her trait will be, but we've known that ultimates run in families. A lot of times siblings will have them. So I'm thinking we're gonna meet Pandora's sister that she spoke about. If not, we're gonna meet Ashley's friend, the race car driver, and that's gonna be if we get that Ashley kills Forte. These are my predictions. So, with the predictions out of the way, and I have some very, solidified thoughts on tonight, let's load up and see how long it takes us to find a body. It's gonna be this one. And now to remember all of the voices, because Cryo reminded me just a little bit too late to go check them all out. You give it 11 minutes till a body? Alright, I don't know how to put a timer on the screen, but somebody do that. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. It means a lot. Yeah, oh yeah, and we are still accepting Smash or Pass submissions, so go do that. There's a lot in the chat now. Even if you accidentally repeat, don't bother going through them all. Let's hope there isn't a body. That would be even more interesting, Cryo. I'm expecting some sort of gimmick to make a body happen, honestly. What was happening? I'm gonna... Oh, what is the button for... Ba-dum-bum-bum. Controls. Here we go. What's my, History is L. Okay, so we were talking about... Unless there's any skeletons in the closet. So they were asking us to lead the discussion about the motive. Basically because we're kind of a gray area. No one kills anyone? That would be really interesting. So will the submissions be open tomorrow? Yes. Submissions will be open at least until Saturday. No, Aloe, this is a Danganronpa game. I'm expecting there to be some sort of forcefulness to this motive. I'm wondering what they'll do about it, but I'm kind of thinking there's going to be something forceful about it. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Try to remember all the voices, because I didn't get to listen to it. You are the most qualified, since you sit in a rather gray area when it comes to ultimate talents. What is happening? You missed like a frick ton, didn't you? I went through all of my predictions for tonight. If you want to go back, Aloe. Which isn't to say you're not included, but I think you have the most neutral viewpoint that is appropriate for judgment. Sure, if you say so. If you don't want to, it's not necessary. It's alright. I have to admit, I'm pretty curious now. Well, let's see what everyone has to say. You won't be here for long, sadly. Got plans as per normal. That's okay. I'm glad that you dropped by. Glad that you leave a like on the stream. Glad to see that you're still existing. You assume the mastermind said they were just gonna... Oh yes, that's right. There's poison in their bracelets. It appears to be a poisonous gas that will be released if nobody kills somebody. That's right. Thank you, okay. I did forget that. Art had the... Oh. Being a pro golfer a true representation of who I am? I don't really get it. I mean, I think it is. I haven't really expanded my interests outside what I know, which is golf. So I can't say anything else encompasses who I am. Oh no. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think so. If you tried something new now, it might be disorienting to fail at said activities since you're not ultra skilled in it. Ow. I have this itch. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Oh yeah, that does make sense. Well, ultimate golfer or not. Yeah, I like playing golf. Yeah, I also agree with that, Aloe. I so agree. I think I got so good at the sport because I knew I liked it all this time and stuck around with it. Never really thought of the other stuff. Yeah, there we go. Guess it's a simple sentiment. Thanks, Echo. Alola Lily. So, Cyrus. Yeah. What does being called the ultimate charisma entail? It's the mystifying ability to draw everyone towards me with little to no effort. Or so I've been told. Some might equate the word charisma with charm and in turn think that charisma has to do with good looks, beautiful voice, overflowing wealth, etc. However, I think charisma actually lies in having a simple kind of soul. Oh, and simply having a kind soul. People are swayed by those with a kind soul, be it they have good intentions to follow through on bad intentions to take advantage of. I found myself being absorbed in Cyrus's statement. I might even say you're rather charismatic yourself, Echo. He's lying? Yeah. Oh, that was the other prediction that I gave to Blaze. I think if anybody's lying about their talent, it's Cyrus. That was my other prediction. I think that if anyone is lying, it's Cyrus. Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far. Something like that, okay. I'm almost expecting ultimate hypnotist. We'll see. Okay, I do have to point out that it is spelled Netcoin. They're not net coins, they're Netcoins. It's okay. Nonsense, I welcome your presence. It's common. I felt a little embarrassed after being given such a praise from the one so-called ultimate charisma himself. So with that in mind, how would you describe your personality and talent? Not sure. Always difficult to talk about yourself, though I suppose I do like going with the flow. I guess the word would be cooperative? A political tactician, huh? It's not glamorous. I'm often tasked with knowing the burdens and misdeeds of many people in power. It's somewhat a curse to be able to lie my way out of a sticky situation. How do you feel about being called the ultimate tactician, though? I don't mind. Is what it is. It is the strength I've been blessed with, and I would be misspoken if I said I took an interest in other things. Bye, Ivy. Have a good night. I've always known my personality to be that of someone who informs. And if I can give a purpose-driven voice power to speak up for what's right, then the ensuing battle, be it a difficult one, will produce satisfying results. I believe at the end of it, if intense debate occurs, there's often an intense emotion behind it. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen your fair share of selfishness and greed, though. Circumventing those intentions can be trying, but you just need to take the good with the bad. Missy, self-assured as always. And Pandora. Who am I by all my talent? Honestly, wouldn't be anything without bacon. Even in another life, think I'd always find my way back to bacon. It's just in my soul. I think at the core of it, such an activity represents all I care for in life. Simplicity and sharing good food with friends. To make something infused with love, and to bring that joy to others. Quite a special feeling, is it not? Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Tortilla, tortilla, wahoo! All roads lead to bacon? Bacon. Bacon. Listen to me, being so sentimental. You really love baking, huh? Oh, it's everything. Everyone said similar things. That the talents run alongside their personalities. You couldn't have one without the other. What an odd motive. I would imagine talking about this kind of thing among peers would only reinforce relations. If our captors are trying to plant distrust, I'm afraid I don't quite understand the logic. I thought about the intention of the question, but all I could think of was that it might be to weed out spies. Which involuntarily led me to suspect the person I would least suspect. Something the matter, Echo? Nothing. I averted my gaze from Pandora. She had some kind of secret note that bore the strange emblems of our mansion announcers. What could it mean? If I may be so bold, I firmly believe our discussion that our ultimate talents are truly one and the same with our personalities and characteristics. I'm inclined to agree. Guess it's cool that we got to know each other a little more, though. Seems a friendly enough topic. Indeed. Talents and skills born from a passion within. You simply cannot remove that aspect of a person without losing a part of them. A peculiar motivator, that one. With our thoughts on the forced motive question cleared, our group was able to finish the morning in peace. The breakfast club wrapped up, and with no other announcements to interrupt us, the afternoon was completely available for our individual activities. I didn't have anything in particular planned today, so I idled in the foyer before deciding what to do next. We're hey echoing, but I don't know who it is, so the familiar voice erupted from behind me. Oh, it's Art. What's up, Art? Might be weird to ask, but do you mind if I hang out with you today? Kinda curious about the other students' talent stories. I didn't want to go running around the mansion alone. Why didn't you ask one of the others from breakfast? Bet Art's gonna be Philly cheese by morning. Huh? Oh, 'cause you're cool. What? Mean you're easy to talk to. Thought about asking Missy, but Missy's kind of imposing, honestly. You know, I feel like I have to walk all night like I'm balancing books on my head or something. I don't think she's strict on how others walk or anything like that. That aside, she stuck around with you on the first day, didn't she? Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I'm asking you now since I'm here. Besides, I can't find Lyle. I wanted to get another strategy meeting started today and maybe even help him with solving some stuff, but... Are we investigating right now? No, we haven't found a body yet. I'm hoping to finish chapter 1 tonight, though, so we'll see. So I was his second choice. Somehow, he seems disappointed. Sure, I'll tag along. Don't really have anything planned today anyway. I trailed off, thinking about Ashley. We could probably cut down on one visit right here. Since you and Ashley are best friends, do you know anything about her talent? Honestly, I can't say that I do. This is the first time I even heard about such a thing as, like, ultimate talents. All I knew was that she lived out in the countryside with her father on a ranch, Westbridge Stables. Didn't think all her time around horses amounted to something as intense as being an ultimate jockey. Maybe she just likes to be modest. I mean, just because she has high win rates doesn't mean she avoids taking care of the horses. Kinda like she works hard and plays hard. Does that make any sense? I couldn't really make heads or tails of it. I didn't really want to be thinking about Ashley at the moment anyway. It was too overwhelming. Who works hard anymore? I don't know. I sighed. Yeah, I suppose that could be it. Alright, that's one down. Let's get going. It seems I got roped into exploring the other students' opinions on the forced motive question with Art. Not that I was opposed to the idea of learning about the others. There were a handful of people we haven't heard from. Say Forte, Lyle, and Cannon. Let's go for Lyle first since we don't know where he's at. I wonder. Art and I looked around for Lyle, but he remained as elusive as ever. What the heck? Where is Lyle? You love how tilted it is? Dunno. I'm certain we would have ran into him by now. We run around some more, we're bound to find him sooner or later. I suppose. Can't avoid us forever. Oh my gosh, chorus, it finally rolled green and you missed it. Cannon was in the atrium, photographing some of the greenery in the center of the grand hall. Art and I hid away behind some bushes, watching quietly. Hey, I know you two are there. Be quiet until I'm done. We watched in silence as she snapped various photos of the plants. Out with it. What do you want? Echo was curious about your talent in relation to the forced motive question. Way to throw me under the bus. Yeah, just wanted to hear your thoughts. Do I have a favorite yet? Probably Say. Echo and Art hiding in a tree. Just wanted to hear your thoughts. There's not much to say. I know who I am. I'm a photographer, behind the scenes kind of person who brings others' visions to life and captures them for eternity. Was this rehearsed or what? No. I just know who I am. With a certainty. Just as Cannon was about to make a dramatic exit on that lingering note, Pandora caught her on the way out. Oh, Cannon! Just the person I wanted to see. And is this about the motive question as well? Indeed. Rue can figure is an interesting subject. Would you mind if I ask what draws you to it? Yes, I do mind. It's niche and I don't want to waste my breath explaining these nuances to people who wouldn't understand. No activity so niche is acted upon without love, you know. Whatever, leave me alone. Did I offend you? No. Just, why are you all bombarding me with questions? We're not close. This is how we get close. Make small talk, learn about each other. It's all in good spirit. Well, I really wish you wouldn't bother. Cannon ends the conversation for us again and disappears from the atrium. Well, I guess that's that. Sorry you had to walk in on that, Pandora. It's fine. Perhaps it wasn't my place to ask. Shouldn't pry, right? You didn't do anything wrong. Cannon's just kind of snippy. That's putting it kindly. Thank you, Art. Echo. Excuse me. I just remembered something. I'll see you two around? Oh, sure thing. We'll see you later. Go see Forte. Forte is probably where I think he is. Ah, Art and Echo, what brings you here? Art here was curious about your opinion of the forced motive question. Yeah, why opera? Isn't it boring? Art, full of tact, I see. Aha! It's quite the opposite of boring. Performances are very rich, and you can shake the viewer to their core. Opera is wonderful art that combines raw vocal emotion with the physical beauty of expressing the self with your very being. Oh. Wanna hit us with some bars? Forte's operatic voice? To say I was a little curious would be an understatement. Oh no, I couldn't perform under these conditions. What conditions? Why, the conditions of the heart, of course. Can we ask why that is? Forte's such a diva, for real though. Well, you see, I haven't been properly able to express myself since a tragedy struck my hometown. Okay. Wing it, yikes. We lost a friend in the community. Sir Hyde, one of our most loyal friends. One of his favorite pastimes included long walks in the park, with the wind gently brushing through his ears. We are getting an ad break on Twitch in just a minute here. Should be set up that we're only getting them every half hour now. I do think I fixed it. Kind of came out of nowhere. I think this is gonna be a dog or a cat. Wait, is he talking about what? You lost your dog? I called it. Art. Yes, I'm still rather fragile about it. Sorry, that sucks, man. See, DeVero. I suppose it's different, experiencing tragedy rather than performing it. Ah, precisely! I've been troubled ever since. What kind of dog was he? A German Shepherd of 13 years. I'm sure you gave him a great full life. With lots of music, of course. Forte's lip turned a small grin. Indeed, dog is man's best friend, are they not? It would have been unseemly of me to treat him not unlike my own family. He had such charm and wit, howling along with my practice. Why, I dare say he prevented me from practicing times more often than not. Sir Hyde loved to command the attention of all with his gaiety. I couldn't help but smirk at the idea of his dog on the theater stage. It was a sweet thought. Yeah, just remember those good old times with Mr. Hyde. Indeed I shall. Thank you, Art. After that small chat, Art and I thanked Forte for his time and paused near the theater exit to collect our thoughts. I bet his dog was really fun to play with. Anyway, what did we learn? Don't think we got an answer to the question as much as we did a description of what opera is. I think we did. Forte's kind of a dramatic guy, sure, but I think he's very in tune with his emotions. He better have a cat named Dr. Jekyll. For real, though. It is indeed ad time on Twitch. They've got like 2 minutes, so we'll go and talk to, satisfied with the answer, Art nodded in understanding. We'll go talk to, Say, and then that should probably be about the right amount of time. Despite him jumping straight into Forte's worries, Art seems to have helped Forte recall his fondness for his late friend. Let's try to find Say. Art and I saw Say in the kitchen, poking at the digital screen. What voice did I... Oh, I know what I gave you.
Oh, I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Say, what's the matter?
Oh, it's no use. I don't know how to use the screen thing. It doesn't register my taps.
Huh? You need to tap your bracelet to the screen first, then you can choose a meal.
What?
She raised her right arm and scanned her bracelet to the screen, activating the display. Oh dear.
This is so embarrassing. I'm not right-handed, so I didn't think about it.
Ooh. Ooh. You're mad. Oh no. This is interesting, so I'm gonna wait for the 30 seconds for the ad break to finish up. Did Neko notice something? Sei is left-handed. I have a feeling that this is gonna come out later as very important, either to clearing her name or to prosecuting her as victim. This is gonna be important. Alright, and that should be the end of the ad break. So this right here, Sei is not right-handed. So I was just saying this to the YouTube side. I think that this is going to be really important, which is why we paused here for a minute. Either this is going to be the identifying piece of knowledge to save her, or it's going to be the identifying piece of knowledge to put her in the ground. Interesting to know that she's left-handed. Indeed. Glad I could help. Sei poked at the digital screen, ordering a rice porridge with pickled vegetables. Eat up, Sei. Echo, let's get something too so she doesn't have to eat alone. Art, Sei, and I shared a small meal together. After we finished, Sei quietly sat in the dining hall and fiddled with her rings. Keaton. Aww. Wholesome moment? Yeah. Keaton goes, that's sound logic, Neko. Gotta hand it to you. But what if you're not hungry? You're hungry now, Wing It. You are hungry now. I'll force feed you if I have to. And I just cringed at myself. True. Feed the kids. Bowser's inside story mode. I swear to goodness if we don't get a freak time command. Oh, okay. Thank you, Aloe. After we finished, Sei quietly sat in the dining hall and fiddled with her rings. She then let out a big, exasperated sigh.
Oh, it's really no use.
What's wrong?
I can't get used to anything around here. It may be because I'm kind of forgetful, but I went so long without eating because I couldn't figure out the menu thing.
You shouldn't go so long without eating. If you need help with anything, you can always ask one of your friends here.
Friends?
Was that too forward?
No, it's just I don't talk to you all so much, so I didn't believe you thought of me as a friend.
Don't say that. There's no reason we wouldn't call you a friend, right? She stopped there, but I saw a small smile turn the corner of her lips. So right down to business.
Business?
We came by to see you to ask you about the question thing.
The question thing? You mean the force motive question?
Yeah, a group of us were talking about it in the dining hall over breakfast, and we were wondering if you had any thoughts about it.
I don't know. Seems straightforward. I'm a detail-oriented person, and watches are full of little mechanisms. Although I guess I can get lost in those details and miss the big picture. Like just now. But then again, after the gear design differences under the face of the watch, the outcome is still fixed. A timepiece, right?
I like the wiggle.
Yeah, I don't really understand what the question's supposed to be all about. Sorry.
No worries. We don't know either, so we were just going around getting everyone's opinion.
Oh, I see. Good luck figuring it out, then.
Sei clams up and quickly scuttles off before we could say anything else. Oh, bye. She's kinda antsy, huh? Will we run into Lyle? After running around all day, Art and I managed to catch Lyle as he was about to enter his room on the other side of the living quarters hall. Yo, Lyle!
Hey there, what's the good word?
You're awfully casual for being so difficult to find.
Yeah, we finally caught you.
Huh? We've been running around this whole building solving puzzles. And we've been running around this whole building looking for you.
Oh, I'm in hot demand, is that right?
Yeah, we wanted to hear your thoughts on the motive question. Oh, also, if this is traditional Danganronpa, here's our little shit character. Just saying. Actually, he's either going to be our little shit, or he's going to be the guy that just completely breaks and loses it. Why does every character have a blush on them? It's the art style, Keaton. You already hate him. I gave him like an annoying voice on purpose.
Yeah, we wanted to hear your thoughts on the motive question.
We thought it might improve relations, getting to know each other better and all.
That. Forced motive question. Not very a strong motivator, isn't it?
You could have made him MatPat, though. You think he's gonna be in the first execution scene. Ooh, so you think he's the first killer. See, I don't like how much focus it's putting on Art this chapter.
What if I don't want to talk about it?
I suppose you don't have to.
Yeah, but we're friends. We should share stuff like this. And friends should know when to let up on the pressure.
Oh, sorry, Lyle. Art looked down dejectedly. I'm sure Art didn't mean to press you so hard.
It's fine. It's just that I have known puzzles all my life, you know. Puzzle solving is more of a introverted task, if you will. Generally seen as activities simply for passing the time. Cubing, crosswords, etc. Don't really like thinking about who I am behind my talent is all. I'm afraid I'm too boring without puzzles.
You're not boring. You're plenty cool. I mean, look around. You got all sorts of friends here who think you're amazing for charging right towards solving the electric door. Right, Echo? Amazing was one way to put it. Yeah, Lyle, don't beat yourself up. You have a gift.
Heh, thanks you two. But hey, while we're on the topic, listen to this. I tinkered with the door and I managed to figure something out.
You guys should also be over here doing it. Thanks. That joke went way too far last night. Just saying.
I tinkered with the door and I managed to figure something out.
Oh, posture check. Sure, can do that. Indeed. Lyle had our attention as he led the way to the foyer. What you got for us, dude? Do you know Watch Agretzko? Yes. I know of Agretzko. I watched a few like bits of it, but I've never actually watched the show. It's on my list of things that I want to watch eventually, but it's not high enough up that it ever gets watched. Didn't I call somebody Agretzko in somebody's chat the other day? You still gotta watch the last season. I haven't seen any of it, like, actually watched it, so...
Here we are.
I don't know who that is, Blaze, honestly. Maybe you'll do a watch through of it.
Oh, that'd be real cool, Aloe. Give the door a try.
What? No way. Does that mean we don't have to stay here anymore?
Well, that's the catch. Go ahead.
I gave Lyle a nervous look before reaching slowly for the door handle. There's gonna be like a bar, or like a solid metal door behind this, like a metal wall behind this, isn't there? Bracing myself, I quickly gripped the handle and... nothing happened. I was fine. Look at Lyle's profile on the ground. Okay. Lovely. Is this the bracelet from Your Turn to Die? And this cube, the symbol on the cube seems familiar too. It does give off evil genius. Oh my god, it's Sean's helmet. Oh, we'll go through these again for everybody that didn't get to see them. So we've got Art and Pandora. Yeah, there's Zero's escape references. And Say. And Canon. Here's ourselves as Echo. Forte. Cyrus, who I don't trust him. Missy. Yes, Keaton, yes. And Ashley. Actually, hold up. Really? Lyle is trans. Where is he? Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Anywho. Nothing happened. I was fine. Wow, Lyle, you did it! I gave the doors a push, but they wouldn't budge. Oh, what now? What the... Is there a barricade or something?
I think so. That or it's just hard locked. So I managed to disable the electric door, but the physical barrier is an issue now.
How's Lapse so far? Well, we still haven't found a body.
I admit I'm relieved there's more layers to this task.
What do you mean?
It would have been too boring if I just had to disarm a door.
Unconcerned with the discovery, Lyle was more satisfied with having more puzzles to solve than he was with removing a trap from the dangerous door.
Here's something else that's interesting enough. Might be important since it's about this weird killing game twist. After that 9 a.m. morning announcement, I saw Say sneak downstairs from the direction of the atrium.
You think she actually went to listen to that announcement?
Can't think of anything else. Even stranger was after she came down, she went to the dining hall for a minute but quickly left. Poked around in there and saw this in the pantry.
Oh, secret note. It does turn out to be good. I hope he manages to find out a way out of this place before he dies. Yeah. Either end up being evil or don't live long, yeah. So what's the so-called special gift?
Yeah, I can only assume.
I was confused. How could it have been a special gift from this morning if Pandora shared the note with me in confidentiality last night? I decided to keep quiet about it. Didn't want to confuse things further.
I studied it a little, and the symbols don't match any symbols on the students that are currently here. I cross-referenced the note symbols with the ones on our personal doors and got nothing. That is, if the note symbols even belong to students.
I remember Missy saying something about other students.
Oh?
She told me that the preservation project divides ultimate student groups across different wings of the building. Maybe those are students from a different wing. So what would we do if we did know those students? It's not like we've seen them in our part of the building yet.
Who knows? Could it be morphogenetic field theory?
Of course. Of course. Lyle muttered something under his breath. Morpho what? Somebody do the command. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 999 coded.
Don't worry about it. Makes me wonder though, are we meant to be recognizing other students? For example, I believe I recall Ashley and Echo being friends before this. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I thought it was just me though.
Right? For me, I recognize Art's school emblem. Academy, right?
Huh? Yeah, how'd you know?
I went to Rain Moth Institute. I remember seeing your school symbol when our schools merged. My school used to be called Signal Prep High before the merger. I thought you were so cool, representing a whole school to influence a merger.
That's kind of embarrassing. It was such a long time ago, I hardly remember it. You don't even have enough points to make the Delta joke?
Why not? It's amazing you use all your golf skills to make things happen. Our school's never been in better shape thanks to your help.
Thanks, but some people complain that my games aren't interesting enough since I always get the same result. A hole in one. They always say games should be entertaining. They should just play golf themselves, you know? Besides, Lyle, you're the cool one. I mean, you use like your deduction or whatever to figure out how to disarm a dangerous door. That's more utility than I could have ever imagined.
It's nothing. Door doesn't even open anyway.
Still awesome though. I feel like you could even figure out what the deal is with this killing game announcement stuff.
Oh yes, that's the end goal. I'm just working my way through all these small pieces they've given me.
The two talked energetically as I awkwardly watched. Oh, sorry, Echo. We're just over here talking your ears off, huh? That's alright. I'll take my leave now if you guys want to continue. Sure, it was fun hanging out with you.
Let me know if you come across anything else weird, alright?
Art and Lyle left, chattering along the way out. They really clicked, huh? Despite Art's lack of sensitivity. I turned around and glanced over at the digital kiosk in the foyer, looking for the time. 1500. It's already 3 in the afternoon. Nothing regarding the killing game has happened all day. I guess I should be relieved. I really wanted to find Ashley, but it seemed like she was trying her best to put some distance between us. I suppose I'll just pass time in the study. That's really sad. I made my way to the study and skimmed the collection of encyclopedias. An interesting titled book, Odd Theme Parks Across the World, caught my attention. With the tome in hand, I settled into the warmly lit study and began to leaf through the pages. I passed the time reading about a strange underwater theme park called Lamu. Wait, Lamu! I know this. What is that from? Is that World's End Club? Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I was right, wasn't I? I liked the premise of the game, but I didn't like the gameplay. Which was really frustrating for me because I wanted so badly to like the game, and then I just couldn't find myself enjoying it. Especially like the stupid way that they had the badge battle thingy going. It was very frustrating. You'll play it on your channel? Very cool. I would love to watch somebody play it. It's just not for me. Oh, here we go. I looked up from the book's pages and towards the ringing sound coming from the ceiling. It is now 4 p.m. What? Okay, this is the stand-in character, right, Blaze? I'm not mixing the two voices up. Okay, great. This is the stand-in. We're getting close to the inevitable. Yeah, Blaze, let me scrub to you. Haven't seen any streamers play it. Blaze, go ahead and drop your link, please.
And no one has died yet. Oh, how boring. There's something that'll pump up your blood to shed some blood. Some inspiring, exciting, and energizing music.
Oh, no. Music.
This one's a special request from many of you at home. Enjoy!
Bye, Pandora. I'll tell you guys something about this track. This happens to be my my actual alarm on my phone. Yeah, this is the alarm on my phone. Bye, Pandora. Wow, man. I was really, really excited for it to not be traditional. Definitely can't sleep through. You want to know the best part is I can sleep through this. I have slept through this. Why do you think it's Pandora? Because this is traditional. This is tradition at this point. That's true, Cryo. The announcement finished and a cacophony of obnoxious noise started playing overhead. Oh yeah, no, Mari, so I said at the beginning of the stream, I made my predictions. Either this is going to be traditional and Art's going to kill Pandora, or it's going to be non-traditional and Ashley's going to kill Forte. And considering that they just pulled this BS, we're losing Pandora. That's true, Joey. Like I said, I liked the story, I just didn't like the gameplay. What kind of music is this? I dropped the book to cover my ears, but it was pointless. The reverberation pierced through my skull and pounded through the walls. What the hell? Scouring the room, I looked for the speaker, hoping to block the noise, but my efforts were futile. I ran out of the study, but the din kept crashing through my head, amplified worse from bouncing off the hallway walls. Where is everyone? I instinctively went to the foyer, but it was no use. The door was disarmed, but it was still barricaded. That's true, Blaze, but like I said, this is my predictions. What can I do? The noise was more severe in the foyer as it crashed off the walls and echoed through the main chamber. Ugh. My head was pounding. I could feel the vibrations in my body and my heart beating in my ears. That's okay, Mari. I'm just glad you're here. Turning away from the main doors, I saw a shadowy movement at the top of the stairs. Hey! Oh, here's our body. Shadow disappeared. I mustered out a cry for attention, but it was drowned out by all the noise. Speeding up the stairs, the shadow was nowhere to be seen. Shoot, where did they go? I peeked through the glass doors of the closest room, the spa lounge, and spotted Pandora reclined in one of the lounge chairs. Ah, finally, someone to help me out with this horrible situation. Oh, and we're gonna get blamed for it? Cool. I threw the door wide open and rushed in. The music persisted as echoes of its beat flooded into the circular chamber. Pandora, what's going on? I can't find anybody. No reaction. Pandora? I closed the distance between us. Yeah. Hold on, what did he actually say? I closed the distance between us and... Thanks, Keaton. I closed the distance between us and gently laid my hand on her shoulder. Time froze. My breath escaped me once more as I slowly came to realize what had happened. I felt my blood run cold as my eyes laid fixed on the stillness before me. Ooh, and it's a strangulation. Pandora's... No, Aloe, no. There was no response from her. Pandora was dead. Oh. I mean, it did have the French title. Dang. If I'm fully right about this chapter, I'm actually going to be a little bit upset. Fuck. Alright. There is an ad break coming in on Twitch, so I'm actually going to let the ad break play. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to stuff some crackers into my face, and then we'll continue when the ad break's over. Alright. Alright. I can't say that I'm not disappointed at all that Pandora was the first to go. Let's see how much of the rest of my prediction comes true here. I darted out of the spa lounge, my eyes tearing through the hall as I screamed at the top of my lungs for help from anyone. Help! 2 people swept in at the sound of my voice.
What is it?
Stop making so much noise. The music is making enough of a racket. It's Pandora. Where is she? We raced back to the spa lounge. Cyrus and Cannon's eyes were bound immediately toward the horrific sight. Cannon gasped sharply and flinched, nearly toppling over backwards from the recoil. Cyrus's expression hardened. A quiet anger emanated from him. It's almost palpable in the air. I myself was completely drained. All I could do now was stare in cold silence. I think life would be so much better if everything we did had old school sound effects. You know, I can't say I disagree with you, Mario. Aquarella. Interesting. Hi, welcome in. You wonder what the investigation music will sound like? I mean, it's all been classic Danganronpa music, so we'll hear it, I'm sure. Finally, the music ceased and a new announcement began.
At last, a body's been discovered in the spa lounge. You'll be granted a period of investigation, and then we will begin our class trial. Please accept this generous gift of a special report called the Monokuma File. It'll be printed from the digital kiosk, and it outlines the details of our poor lost friend.
Monokuma File. Oh, no.
Your lives depend on solving this case, so let's get a crack on.
The announcement cut off, allowing stiff apprehension to suffocate the scene. Investigation? They want us to investigate Pandora's dead body? And how dare they call her a poor lost friend? It's their fault for forcing this game on us. Echo, please calm yourself. Oh my... Aloe. Based. It appears we're being given an opportunity to right this wrong. May be difficult to swallow, but this didn't just happen out of nowhere. Someone did this. A culprit. A culprit? It's only appropriate. The culprit we're seeking is the killer responsible for Pandora's death. His voice was firm, but I could see him clenching his jaw and his eyebrows furrowed as he looked back at the body. Cannon, however, stood unmoving. Hydrate. Hydrate. This is payback for me attempting to drown Wing It on his own stream. Hydrate. I see you. Cannon, however, stood unmoving. She neither moved nor spoke since I saw her flinch at the first sight. It's like she froze. Right. The door flew open suddenly and I heard everyone clamoring at the spa lounge entryway. Say shrieked and immediately fainted. Great. Say! The rest of the students made their way in, fright painting everyone's faces as they each caught sight of the spa's terrible centerpiece. Unbelievable. I wish that announcement was made in jest, but it appears I have been made a fool for hoping. Oh. This is too much. Why, Pandora? Why? Everyone seemed at a loss, with good reason for sure. The announcement said we were given a period of investigation, but I couldn't help but think it was such a detached request. Investigate the murder of our friend? Where would we even begin? Missy's commanding voice broke the silence. So, we've been instructed to investigate such a thing. The Monokuma file should tell us all about the means of her death. But how do we even start? Does anyone know the first thing about investigating a dead body? How did you know that, Missy? No one spoke up, but Missy pressed on. All we can do is investigate to the best of our ability. If there's even a small, trifling matter that plays into this, keep it in mind. 1 second, chat. Sorry, I had to cough there. We need to put our best foot forward in the investigation if we are to find this heartless culprit. I have a bad feeling that the class trial may be an unforgiving scene. Say the line. What line? It's such a tragedy. Dreadful more so that we must be the ones to discover the culprit among us. Oh. Among us. Everyone was visibly stressed. We all stood some feet away from the body, afraid of approaching the reality of our situation. The air was thick with tension, but Ashley cut through. You should really download bosses.
Missy's right. We need to get to the bottom of this. Someone killed our friend for some awful reason, if not for the ultimate prize. Murder is murder. Someone dies at another's hand, and that life is taken away. One lives, one dies. There's no gray area about it.
Ashley's eyes were fiery with intent.
Someone here...
She trailed off, but we could fill in the blanks on our own. She didn't dare to utter the idea that someone standing within our ranks did this. She marched over and gently laid a hand on Pandora's, sharing a moment of silence for her. The rest of our group was unnerved, but silently agreed. Missy and Ashley were stern, but they were right. I was shocked at the sight of Pandora's body, but I mostly felt sad. She looked peaceful, suspended in a newfound endless slumber. The longer I looked at Pandora, the more the suffocating melancholy in my heart grew. My heart ached to hear her voice again, to see her smile. She had so much life, and it was dashed away in an instant. I clung to whatever memories I had of her. I couldn't let her warmth, her love, her hope go unforgotten. Someone killed her. And we needed to find out who. I like the pink line. That's a nice touch. Not only for our peace of mind, but for Pandora's sake. For her box's sake. Despite my fervor, I was still anxious about investigating a body. It was only natural. Just this morning, Pandora was so animated, sharing her breakfast pastries and getting along with everyone. But now all signs of life were erased, leaving a cold semblance of her person. Joey! No! I tried to work through the nerves by asking the others their thoughts on the situation. That is, if anyone had anything to say. Ooh! The Monokuma file shed some light on Pandora's death. It looks like a considerable amount has been conveniently omitted. Or rather, the entire file has been paraphrased for the purpose of vagueness. May I take a look? Missy handed me a black postcard-sized sheet. The victim's body... Victim, Pandora Espere. Cause of death, victim suffered from strangulation. No further injuries detected. Ugh. Estimated time of death is 1605. Should have used Spotify. Jesus Christ. So it was strangulation. We knew that right off just seeing the body, though. But is that all the information we have? Unfortunately. However, we have yet to inspect the scene itself. I trust none of the first witnesses shifted anything about upon arrival. They've all been ripped straight from Dangan, okay? No, I didn't touch anything. I saw her body and ran out and yelled for help, which called Cyrus and Cannon. Neither of them approached her. Well, there's not much else we can do. I swallowed hard. I still wasn't ready to confront the body, but I steeled myself regardless. Something deep in my heart told me I needed to do this.
Echo, I know what you're thinking. It's hard, but we need to face her.
Oh, the fact that the faces change when I hover them. He looks guilty. I think I'm gonna be sick. I rubbed his back as he took deep breaths. Hey, it'll be okay. Art could barely eke out a word in his state.
Echo, it's selfish, but after I heard the announcement, I was relieved to see you standing in the room. That said, Pandora didn't deserve this.
No one deserves this.
I just hope she didn't suffer.
Ashley fell silent and stared at our lost friend. I had never seen Ashley so distraught. This is distressing, to say the least. Whoop. Echo, were you the first one here? Yeah. I didn't catch anyone on my way here, though, so I can't say I saw anyone suspicious who could have done this. You came pretty quickly after I shouted. Did you happen to see anyone? Yeah, no. We don't. Can't say I did. Was in the climate center right next door, too. Was Cannon with you? She came out at about the same time as you, if I recall correctly. No, I was by myself. Well, I was in the climate center, left the door open to see if anyone wanted to join in recreation. No one came by the center, and I didn't leave till I heard your voice. Ran into Cannon shortly thereafter in the hallway, just in front of the spa lounge. Weird. I didn't run into anyone on the first floor either, so whoever did it must have just vanished? That's unlikely. Regardless, how'd the culprit give us the slip? Cyrus was grumbling to himself as he tried to organize the events past. No. He left the door open before the murder occurred from the sound of it, Joey. It is suspicious. I think that throws some suspicion on him and also throws some suspicion on Cannon. Is it really possible that the music provoked murder? I can't wrap my head around music being used to motivate something so extreme. I agree. I cannot condone the vilifying of music. It's proven that music has therapeutic qualities, but conversely, select sounds have the ability to cause anxiety and other negative effects. In that case, maybe the motivating music was meant to make us stop thinking clearly? I definitely felt startled when it began. Perhaps. The rhythm of music can affect your body. Given our experience with the motivating music, it was high-paced and likely to cause, as the announcer said, blood-pumping excitement. I suppose those qualities could have been abused to activate a fight-or-flight response that would have inevitably ended up like this. Is that so? That wretched music was certainly irritating, but for someone to succumb and produce such an intense reaction, to what end? Was the music really that motivating? Honestly, by my count, the music was only playing for about 5 minutes. Strangulation is usually a time-intensive task, from what I understand. So I'm wondering if she wasn't already dead by the time the music started playing.
Don't talk to me.
Cannon spoke through slightly gritted teeth. She looked disturbed. Lyle, what are you thinking? You're feeling tired? Good night, Keaton.
If I'm being honest, I don't know. There's not a lot on the scene to dissect. The only thing that caught my eye was the shredded paper in the spa pool, but it's completely ruined.
I expected a bit more keen observations from him, but even Lyle was either stumped or too shocked to speak on the matter. It could be okay. I admit this is nothing if not shocking to see. The words were unnerving, but Missy's voice was cracked and disjointed. Yeah, I can't believe it actually happened. It's inconceivable, and to Pandora nonetheless. She held together quite strongly. I'm certain her spirit would not have been crushed by a game constructed of fear. Alas, there's no use thinking in hopeful hypotheticals, now that this has occurred. Yeah. I was shaken at how articulate, even on the subject of death, Missy remained. Say fainted as soon as she entered the spa lounge. Forte was kind enough to situate her in a spare chair off to the side to regain her strength. There's a small scrap of paper in the pool. What's that? I'm not sure. I carefully fished out the scrap of paper, taking care not to tear it. Oh, is that the thing she showed us? It was soaked, causing the words to be completely illegible. It's impossible to read. Yeah, it's ruined. It almost fell apart in my hands. A note, perhaps. However, the writing is impossible to decipher at this point. But how could this refuse be remotely related to the case at hand? I don't know. Seems kind of out of place, though. Remember, the announcement from this morning said there was a special gift for whoever went to the atrium. That's correct. Is it possible this note was the supposed special gift? Can't say. However, I noticed the larger ink blots were vaguely in the shape of something I had seen before. I left the shreds of paper on the side of the pool. It's Pandora's body. Pandora's bracelet, formerly a rose gold color like my own, was now a vibrant neon pink. Interesting. I guess it meant she's gone. As difficult as it is, we have to search the body and scene for clues. Nevertheless, Missy was having a hard time looking directly at Pandora's body. Do you notice anything odd? I briefly looked at Pandora's neck. Her neck seems to be in pretty bad shape. It looks red from some kind of stress. But other than that, I can't really figure anything else out. The victim report. According to the Monokuma file, the cause of death states she suffered strangulation.
Let's think about it. If she was strangled, with what did the culprit strangle her with?
Good question.
Do you think the culprit went to the climbing center and used a rope?
Or maybe they cruelly used their own bare hands. I shuddered at the thought. The fact that we had to think of how the culprit committed such a thing was unnerving. Well, the art at least looks like it's a rope or a string or something of the sort. It doesn't look like hands. Oh, continue. Okay. You're wondering why there's not evidence of Pandora fighting back? After investigating Pandora's body, I felt an exhaustion like none other. Never in my life did I think I would be experiencing something like this. The weight of the shock and melancholy of it bore heavily on my shoulders. Is there nothing else we can do? I wonder, did anyone see anything else suspicious on the way over here? Guy, hello, we've found a body and it's Pandora. We all looked at one another, but no one replied. Everyone was understandably on edge. Of course no one wanted to talk. It appears we've exhausted all avenues of investigation here. Such a lackluster amount of clues doesn't bode well for us. Yes, but we've done all we can looking into the scene. There's nothing left but to discover Pandora's killer. Of course, that's easier said than done. I heard Cannon grumbling in a corner. She seemed distressed.
Alright, think I've given you all enough leeway to get yourselves together. So it's time for the class trial. Hope you have enough ammunition to shoot down the culprit.
No, it was in the spa.
If not, guess you're all out of luck. There's an elevator in the main foyer that'll cruise you all down to the special class trial courtroom.
That's definitely only 2 clues. James NPC, hi. Thanks for the patos. Got that wrong? Yeah, no, it was in the spa lounge.
If you don't assemble in the elevator quickly, I'll send out a radio transmission that'll release that toxic gas in your bracelets. You want to find out who did it, right? You don't want your lives to end before you've had a chance to defend yourselves, right? All that and more will be available for your group in the courtroom. Let's get a move on. Be seeing you shortly.
The announcement went out as quickly as it came. This is the first trial. I'm feeling slightly fucked. Thanks, Blaze. So this is really happening. The group shifted around anxiously.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Ashley took the first strides out of the room, but not without giving Pandora one last somber look from the doorway. Forte gently eased Say awake, turning her gaze from the unsightly scene and helping her as she hobbled out. You found a Reddit thread of who can solve the Kira case from Death Note? On the top left, we have Yuma from Raincode can solve the case and find out there's a Death Note. You're not surprised. Yeah, Mari. We believe, well, cool. One by one, the others filtered out of the spa lounge. I stood back for a moment to take one last look at Pandora. We all stepped into the large elevator and began the dark descent into the supposed courtroom. The elevator sailed noiselessly towards our unknown destination for what felt like an eternity. Silently, we stood. No one dared speak. I had a lump in my throat from the anxiety, the fear, the sadness. My stomach was knotted, my head dizzy, my heart aching. The spa lounge we were meant to investigate came short of any useful clues. She was strangled. We were only able to procure 2 traces of evidence. One fact of which was already stated simply in the victim report, and the other was a secret note that only few were aware of. Nervous was an understatement. I was at a complete loss. The elevator eventually slid to a standstill, shaking me from my thoughts. The doors opened to reveal our rendezvous point. The spacious dome-shaped room was topped with a glass ceiling, a third of the foundation revealing the sunset sky outside our confines. The walls themselves were barren and simple, A matte navy blue with a rim light illuminating the room. Hanging on the wall across the way was a grim picture frame representing Pandora. Her profile had been crudely stricken with a violent pink X. The picture frame was positioned so that it was looking almost hauntingly over a circular group of podiums. We are getting another ad break here. I'm gonna keep going until the ad break starts, though. It was a bleak place. To think there was a dedicated location for whatever was about to occur. Just where were we?
Welcome one and all to the trial grounds. The stands before you will be the key locale for today's trial, so let's see some hustle, people!
The announcement was much more imposing in the courtroom, echoing through the domed chamber, each reverberation almost pushing us into place. We steadily settled in and stood in silence. At the stands, we were placed in a circular fashion. Our faces, our fears, and our emotions were exposed to one another. I will not go into the trial until you guys get back, I promise. The atmosphere, thick with anxiety, was palpable and crushing. I could feel my heavy heart pounding in my head. My palms were sweaty, yet I could feel a dreadful, eerie chill go up my spine. I tried to be strong, but my knees were weak, my breath short. We were here because of one unmistakable fact. Someone killed her. Pandora Espere, the ultimate baker. A gentle and caring person who wanted nothing more than to share her good spirit and delectable treats with the world. Alright, you said we were getting an ad break. Where's the ad break? Love how Aloe and Joey went for the same joke but different. Ah, there it is. We're gonna wait here. We're gonna save here too. It's a good place to save. Redeem a stretch. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking that I'm right? Oh, that was a well-needed stretch. Thanks, Blaze. Are we thinking that I'm right? Are we thinking that it's, I wonder if anything changed about her, roster now that she's gone. No, it did not. So my theory at the beginning was that this was gonna go one of two ways. Either the one that didn't, the death that didn't come to pass was that Forte was going to die and Ashley was going to have killed him. But the other one that I said at the very beginning was that if this was traditional Danganronpa, Pandora was going to die first and Art was going to be the murderer. That's the golf kid. Maybe I just don't want to do the voice. Even characters from the crew can solve the case and figure out there's a death note. This is so funny. I don't know about that, Mari. You can't say what you think. I know you can't, Blaze. We still got 30 seconds on that ad break for Twitch, so. A golfer would have a firm grip. That's true, yeah. Mari, do you want to drop the link in the Discord server if you are part of this server? This sounds like a really interesting tier list. And looks like the community is about back. So we will continue. Kind of interesting that there's no change in her profile. You'd say you're right about this, but granted you weren't here earlier. Yeah. Alright. Someone here was responsible for her death. And the only thing that kept me standing firm was the drive to figure out who heartlessly ended her life. A light began to flicker weakly from the center of the circle of the stands. The flickering gained strength as the shape began to take form within the light. Something like the shape of a person began to appear. Oh, it's Zero. Alright, Blaze, I need to know, is this... I need to know which voice I'm giving this. This is not the Monokuma stand-in, right? Or does this need a new voice? Yeah, that I wasn't calling that, Joey. Zero is a hologram, and I'm surprised. We know his name's Zero because we saw him in the trailer. Just put it in the Danganronpa channel since it's part of the Danganronpa discussion. That would be under game discussion, and then... Or well, I guess it's not Danganronpa themed, is it? Just put it in the off topic, Mari. Okay. This is the Monokuma stand-in. Well, still getting a girly voice. True, Joey. I can't believe they made an actual person for the Monokuma stand-in.
Welcome one and all. Welcome to the courtroom.
Who are you?
What is that? Who am I? What is that? Bah, answers to those questions don't matter too much. Besides, I think you ought to have more pressing questions since something super bad's transpired. All you really need to know is that I'm your lowly judge for today's trial. Okay, maybe I'm not a real certified judge or whatever, but I will be the one passing judgment on what happens today and after each subsequent murder to come. Judge but not really a judge is too long and refusing to address me, so you may call me... Zero.
The hologram of a person named Zero presented itself, giving a face to the voice of our killing game announcer. That is kind of Junko. It's not quite the Junko pose, but it is similar. It's like the Junko pose, but in a Z instead of an X. But that was cool at the top.
Without further ado, take it you all know why you're here?
Div text.
Geez, you're all a quiet bunch, aren't ya? You're all here to suss out who done it.
0, 0, 0. I'll walk into a Zero escape room.
In other words, you're all on trial to figure out who the culprit of today's heinous crime is.
You heat, you're not. So happy phantom human here to do nothing.
What? Did you think you could just get away with murder and win the prize? Nah, not that simple. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine who the culprit is among your group. A majority vote will seal the individual's fate, and ding 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 ding, we'll just see what happens from there, yeah? One of few outcomes will occur. Ding 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 ding. Determine if voting correctly, and the whole class is executed with the culprit alone able to walk free and win the ultimate prize. That's the ideal endgame for the culprit. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hands of your group decision. Phew, you might just live to see another day. Our victim today is Pandora Espire, the ultimate baker. A sweet young lady who could do nothing wrong. Or could she? Well, people can surprise you. So with that out of the way, get to talking.
Who exactly are you?
What? You're still asking that even though I introduced myself all nice? You should have bigger concerns than that. Talk about the murder. Can't believe who did it isn't your top priority right now. Huh? No one wants to talk. Need I remind you your lives are kinda on the line? If none of you start talking, you'll all default to having lost the trial and you'll all be executed. You don't want that, do ya?
Executed? What does that mean?
The dictionary definition of execute: to carry out a sentence of death. It's really quite simple. On one hand, it makes my job easier. Don't have to listen to bad deductions. On the other hand, I'd be terribly bored if this game didn't go past the first chapter.
Everyone, please, we need to discuss who could have possibly done the unthinkable. As trifling or even irrelevant as something may be, if you have any concerns about the case, speak now. Oh my.
It's scary. Say, are you okay?
Say, please don't push yourself.
Yes, thank you. If he wants us to talk, I'll talk. I'll talk about how scared I am. I just want to go home. I can't get used to anything around here. I don't know any of you people. And then someone gets killed?
Say, I understand it's difficult. Discussing our friend's death is necessary to ensure we don't find a similar fate ourselves. At the very least, we can try to remember our last moments with her. That Zero is right. We don't want to go down without a fight, right? Why don't we begin with Pandora's last known whereabouts? The silence in the room was oppressive. A child to defend ourselves. Why did I need to defend myself if I know for a fact that I would never kill her? Regardless, no one knew where to start. Well, then I shall begin. Last I saw her, we were sharing a quiet breakfast. I get back that. Group was composed of Art, Echo, Missy, Pandora, and myself in the dining hall at about 7:40 a.m. to 10 a.m. After that, we all kind of went on our own way. I went around the mansion to talk with Echo to talk to others who weren't at breakfast. Who did we see again, Echo? Art doesn't recall the people we visited after breakfast. See. We met with... Say, Cannon, Forte, and Lyle. That's it. Oh yeah. Those people were Say, Cannon, Forte, and Lyle. We asked them about their talents. That's right. When we were touring the mansion, we met with those four and no one else. The only ones we didn't see after breakfast were Pandora and Ashley. I mean, we met with Pandora when we were talking to Cannon, but she didn't stick around long. Said she had somewhere to be and left to go who knows where. So there's a period of time in which no one saw Pandora last, is that correct?
That window is apparently somewhere between 10 to approximately 4.
Can anyone else provide their whereabouts at that exact approximate time frame? I was alone in the study for a good portion of the afternoon. I went to the theater about 2:30. Oh, you must have just left. You must have left just before I went in. I went to the study at 3. You have a feeling Pandora didn't go to the spa out of her own will.
Hello, Alex. I spent my time in my personal room. I wasn't in one place. I was investigating the mansion. Until 3, that is. I met up with Art for a little bit, and eventually landed in the jazz club right before 4.
I was regaling myself with the amenities in the theater for much of the afternoon.
I was in my room too. After I had a meal with Art and Echo, I went back and didn't leave at all.
I was in the atrium for a while. So just about everybody was alone for the majority of the day. Looks like no one else has a particularly strong alibi except Art and Echo, who can vouch for each other until 3 p.m.
What does that mean?
Means many of us were acting on our own for an extended period of time. Our whereabouts can be heavily doubted. Yeah, good idea, Alex. Anyone could have lied about their activity and set up some sort of trap to get rid of Pandora since no one saw her.
So we're all suspicious?
It's difficult to narrow down who's potentially suspicious on these claims alone. Let's calm down and think thoroughly. Why don't we move on to the topic of the forced motive question? Sorry, taking a drink there. The question, along with the motivation music, was provided to push someone to commit crime. We ought to figure out about the person who could have caused such distress.
The forced motive question.
She is shaping up to being an advisor, or a leader, or... Did he talk about his family or friends before this? No. I don't think anybody aside from Pandora really talked about their family. Small group of us talked about it briefly this morning over breakfast, but ultimately couldn't figure out the purpose of the question. Why don't we discuss the purpose now that everyone's present? Okay. The purpose of the forced motive question. Hello, Cherry. The question was, are your talents a true representation of who you are? Who are you beyond your talent? What could it mean? I should pay attention to statements that might sound interesting.
A question to provoke killing? It makes no sense.
How could a simple question make us do something as extreme as end someone's life? I look like a cat? Oh my god, I would have never guessed. This morning we speculated that sharing our history behind our talents would only create a greater bond between us. I am being inclined to agree with that conclusion. It only makes sense after all.
It's also possible it's a tactic used to instill distrust and cause discord.
The purpose of the forced motive question. What could it mean? Yeah, Forte's grammar there was awful. Bonds or distrust? I think I'm agreeing with Ashley here. Oh, is this just like a question here? What do you mean by distrust, Ash?
Let's say someone didn't want to talk about their talent, despite the talent being something that's highly lauded. If someone wouldn't want to talk about such an unassuming topic, their resistance should be suspicious, right?
But if someone's talent is public knowledge, it doesn't necessarily mean the individual's life and practice behind it should be public as well. Ash, you kept your talent unknown to me for whatever reason. Are you saying you want me to believe you're suspicious?
Of course not. How could you even say that?
Did you ask someone about the forced motive question and not get an answer?
No, I just
didn't want to bother with such a potentially loaded question. Is my talent a true representation of who I am? I never thought about my talent as a representation of me. It was simply a hobby that spiraled into something incredulous. I never would have thought racing would lead me to end up in such a strange mess. Sorry to press you so hard, Ash. Art asked me if I knew anything about your talent, and I couldn't properly answer him. That said, I think this conversation eventually proved your point, that it could cause discord. There's contention, even between us.
That's alright. Sorry if keeping it a secret hurt you, Echo. Didn't mean to tie you up in such complications.
What's short, Cherry? What? Oh, I guess they are really short tall. Be normal and not like Ashley. So thin. It's not so complicated. You're my friend. If anything hurts, it's the fact that I burdened you with this topic.
Well, that's the purpose of discussion, isn't it? To bring ideas and theories to light.
And I don't suppose I just performed an example of the question causing such an altercation.
Oh, wasn't that something? Best friends reconciling their differences for the sake of proving a point. I suppose every discussion has to start somewhere. Okay, as you were.
Right. Thank you for that bookend, Zero. In that case, what if the question posed was meant to make us look at ultimate students' talents as an end justifies the means product? I mean, just as fries served with what? The end justifies the means, a saying in which a result is deemed so important that any method, morally good or bad, may be used to achieve it. In this case, I believe what Echo was saying is regardless how someone achieves such advanced talent, or what the person is like beyond it, is meaningless in the grand scheme of having an ultimate title. After all, didn't we all sign up for the preservation project, knowing full well we were needed to bear an ultimate title? An ultimate title! A precariously valuable title someone receives for super excelling in their field of expertise.
But what does this possibly have to do with Pandora getting killed? There's no way someone was like jealous of her talent or something, was there? We were all strangers before meeting in this scary place anyway. I fully want to believe we all got along well with her. We all got along well with each other, in fact. Without the killing game pressure, I don't see how anyone could possibly harbor any ill will.
Oh boy.
Nah, someone's gotta hate her.
What?
What? I'm bored. You aren't talking about anything interesting, so I thought I'd throw y'all a bone to get that ball rolling a little faster. Not one single person's gonna be loved by everyone. It's just not possible.
Thanks, Blaze. Yes, Cherry, I know that I stuttered a little harder on that, but she's been terrified this whole time.
How could you say that? She did nothing but show kindness and warmth towards everyone.
Pandora only ever wanted to share good food with good friends. Yeah, she always worked tirelessly to bring us together with her delicacies.
Blah. Oh, good show, everyone. You're all such great actors. Guess it's been fun watching, but the discussion isn't really going anywhere.
Oh, so he is gonna be the little shit. Damn it. I was kind of hoping he'd break. You hope we get to kill him.
Uh-huh. I'll just put an end to this now. This case, this trial, oh, maybe he's still delusional, yeah. It's all an elaborate ARG scheme.
Lyle?
It's all an act. Reason why there's still a few clues? Just a way to save resources. Imagine if the folks setting up the game had to use a bunch of fake blood to create the scene. Though I suppose for the sake of entertainment, such systems exist to waste resources.
Lyle, what are you talking about?
Pandora isn't dead. She can't be. Nothing adds up. I suppose if you want me to keep playing, I'll say this. Let's think about who was on the scene first. If I recall correctly, it was Echo, wasn't it?
Yeah. I saw Pandora's body first, then I called for help, which made Cyrus and Cannon arrive shortly after.
Okay, easy. Culprit's one of you three.
What? On what grounds do you think you can speculate that?
Pandora's supposed time of death was 4:05, right? I'll set the scene. We're minding our own business in the mansion, not knowing what's to come. Soon, some nasty music starts playing. One of you three starts getting stressed out, so you strangle the first person you see. How else would we narrow down the culprit? Has to be someone who is near the scene after 4 p.m. and that person couldn't have gotten far after escaping the crime scene. In my opinion, a motivation...
Thanks, Kyle.
In my opinion, a motivation to kill while stressed from music is kinda shoddy writing, but at least there was an attempt.
Lyle keeps going on about the killing game being an ARG, but her death seems so real.
Huh? Wait, doesn't that mean... everyone's alibis from earlier don't amount to anything? Bingo. I believe you all discussed your whereabouts up to approximately 3 p.m. latest, but no one said anything from then to 4, when the music started. Critical moment to consider is the time just before the murder occurred, obviously. Someone off Pandora via acute strangulation and made their getaway. It's not likely the culprit would have gotten far from then, and when Echo supposedly discovered the body. So with the window of action narrowed down to about 4 and 4:05, does anyone care to share their newly updated whereabouts?
Interesting, Alex. Where we all were in the approximate time around 4 p.m. leading up to the motivational music. If we follow through with Lyle's speculation, we might glean some information that will help us. After hanging out with Lyle, I went to the atrium. The music was blasting in there. Missy joined me in the theater after the music started. I thought Forte and I can go backstage and control the sound system, but our attempts were futile.
I was in my room still, hiding under the covers.
I told you, I was in the foyer leading up to the music. It was noisy, sure, but nothing I couldn't deal with.
I was in the jazz club.
I told Echo earlier, I was in the climate center and saw no one suspicious got past the open door. Why did you leave the door open in the first place? I should have read all of them. Just left it open in case anyone else wanted to join me. That's it? Is that reasoning so unbelievable? I guess not. Okay. Theater.
Like say, I was in my room too.
You think you might watch Dan? You have fun with that, Cherry. Where we all were in the approximate time around 4 p.m. leading up to the motivate. Okay. I want to hear about the atrium because that's on the 2nd floor. Did you run into the atrium when the music started playing? Oh, I was already around that area after hanging out with Lyle. Why would I go to a giant room that echoes to avoid that horrible music? True. The theater, I'm not so concerned about that. We are getting an ad break on Twitch. I don't have any snoozes left. I used them all yesterday, so. You in the jazz club, I want to know about that. Ah. Wait a minute, Lyle. I know for a fact that the jazz club is soundproof. That's right. When I attempted to play the cello yesterday, you and Cyrus were just outside the jazz club in the hallway. Neither of you seemed to have any reaction when we came out shortly after. That means it's possible that Lyle is exempt from hearing the motivational music.
Does it? Suppose you're onto something. I admit, I don't even know what the motivational music sounds like, but...
Alright, we're gonna take a little pause here for the people getting an ad break on Twitch. You just realized that most of these characters have names that are puns. Yep, that's true, Alex. Ooh, good call, Alex. Memory would be an interesting one. I was thinking it would be something neat like echoing talents, but... We are just waiting for that ad break. It hasn't even started yet, I don't think. You like how Forte has an alibi that doesn't leave him midway through the game. Pandora's died, man. Confirmed. Jesus, cryo, thanks. Yeah. Back, got some pie, meat, cheese, and crackers. That sounds like a meal, Mari. I think I'm gonna get myself some pie after the stream. Catnip for Neko. Catnip, catnip, catnip. Ha 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 ha. I steal it from myself. Nya ha ha. Thank you, though. And a drink? I'm already sipping, so.
More sippy sippy.
What kind of pie? It's a multi-berry, pie. I think it was like cherry, blueberry, raspberry, or something like that. Alright, that ad break is still got about a minute to it. No, not cherry flavored. I think it was strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry. You ate at Burger King earlier. Had the spicy, crispy chicken sandwich with fries and a Coca-Cola. That sounds yummy, guy. You don't like spicy food? You do like a chicken sandwich. I don't really like spicy food either, actually. Alrighty, here we go. But nothing. It's an awfully precarious situation you put yourself in, Lyle.
Sure, it's odd, but what's stranger still is how did Lyle know about the motivational music if he never heard it? The key asks. Remember, they translate sound to text, but this time I only saw a message. Said something like preserving the atmosphere of the room.
Interesting. 0.
What's up?
You were the judge of this trial, but you were also the announcement operator outside these walls. Why not take on duels or battle royales? Ooh, battle royale is a good idea. Cryo, that's a good idea. I should probably make a button for that. Blaze be spamming the emotes? That's okay. Nobody's really talking on Twitch, so... I assume you can assist us with something clerical like this. Can you tell us what the kiosk message said in specific?
Your current room is a special room that blocks all outside sound to preserve the atmosphere of the room. Please enjoy to your heart's content. I didn't write that, by the way.
So you're saying we could have avoided the noise entirely?
Isn't that too convenient? Wait a minute. In that case, what if Lyle's the one who killed Pandora? What? Didn't I just say that it was the music that would have provoked someone to kill her? I was in the jazz club, didn't even hear the music, therefore I wouldn't have felt the motivation to move. No, you could have killed her in the jazz club and moved her body to the spa lounge.
That would explain the lack of clues in the spa lounge. Oh. This is troublesome. Did any of us investigate the jazz club afterwards? No, I was so shocked from seeing the body I didn't even think about looking elsewhere. I think we were all just astonished as soon as we heard the body discovery chime. So perhaps Lyle counted on the fact and did in fact kill her in the jazz club. But then he'd still know what it was when he moved the body through the hallway. He doesn't have an alibi for a large portion of the afternoon anyway. Saying something like scouring the mansion for clues, he could have spent the whole day unsupervised plotting the terrible thing that ended Pandora's life. Hey, haven't you heard the phrase extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence?
Well, that's not out of the question. After all, the ultimate puzzle master could have set up something elaborate. So elaborate that the answer to this murder puzzle goes right over our head.
Can't be possible. I was in the Climbing Center, which is between the spa lounge and the jazz club. If Lyle committed the crime in the jazz lounge, I would have plainly been able to witness the change of scene. Very well. You could have constructed that alibi to assist Lyle in his dark activity. Now why on earth would I lie about such a thing?
Settle down! Yelling at each other with hypotheticals isn't getting us anywhere.
Agreed. If it will quell Saiyan Forte's worries, let's tackle their initial theory and go from there. Saiyan Forte are wrapped up in the possibility of Lyle killing Pandora in the jazz club. Is it worth discussing? Ooh, chat, what do we think? Is this worth discussing? Coin flip? Oof. I just want to see what people think, honestly. You think yes, Cryo? You're not sure? Okay. Seems like it could lead somewhere, but also just end up being a waste of time. Yeah. It could be. I think that it's probably better to go with it and discuss it, though. Just to be safe. We shouldn't leave anything to doubt. If Lyle isn't the culprit, then he shouldn't have any problem clearing the air.
You kidding me? Fine. What would my motive for killing her be? I didn't hear the motivational music, so that's out of the question. And I didn't speak to her about the forced motive question, since I haven't seen her all afternoon. So tell me, based on my lack of time around Pandora, do I even have a clear reason to get rid of her?
Ah.
Oh my stars, you're all so bad at this.
What?
I'll tell you all for certain that nothing happened in the jazz club. Huh? And I'm telling you all this because you're all just awful at the whole trial thing. Huh. Jeez, I guess this is what happens when there's no ultimate detective around, huh? And your ultimate photographer is so quiet, she's all but dropped dead at this point. If she did drop dead, you'd have to go through another trial, and I don't think you have the patience to watch you run in circles at this rate. Since this is clearly going nowhere, allow me to throw you a bone. There's something strange about that note in the spa pool, don't you think? Lyle very conveniently managed to redirect the conversation from the piece of evidence on the scene. I'll let y'all think for yourselves.
The note. The note must have something to do with Pandora's murder, but what? I'm certain Art and Lyle know something about it, since Lyle brought it up with us, but...
Hello? What's with all the dead air? Don't want to talk anymore? You don't want everyone to die without giving the trial your best shot, do ya? Like, are any of you even trying to save yourselves? Maybe I should stop giving you these opportunities.
The courtroom fell silent. It seems we all neglected the gravity of the situation, or rather, we were avoiding it. It was a waste of time, yeah. It's just, nothing felt real. Pandora's death, her body hardly showed any signs of injury. It was like she was asleep. It was as if we all wanted to forget the reality of the topic at hand, which was that someone had killed our friend. We kept dodging and darting around the main issue. Painful as it is, we must discuss the murder. It may seem hopeless at the moment, but since we don't have much information to work with, but clues will reveal themselves as we bring about certain topics to light. Don't hold your tongue. We must do this to save ourselves.
Then, I'll start with your cause of death. From there, it'll probably be easier to reason out potential culprits.
Maybe, Joey. We'll see.
According to the Monokuma file, it was strangulation.
Can we identify what she was strangled with? We ought to touch upon the possibilities. It may be difficult to think about, but no one said such a fight would be easy. What was Pandora strangled with? Is there something we're missing? Rope from the climbing center? Probably not. Think about it, but... perhaps the culprit used their own hands. No, I don't think so. Let's narrow down our thoughts and eliminate things that would be unlikely. We ought to think what it... oh! Good point. Okay, that's all there is? I'm gonna start with his. Yeah. What in the spa lounge could be used? When we consider the following. The climbing center and jazz club were occupied by one person each. Neither of the occupants saw anyone else during their stay. And the killing occurred soon after the 4 p.m. music, so it's likely the culprit could have only used whatever was available on location. If anything could be used, think. What is the murder weapon? It could be the hair tie. Oh. Nothing else is pulsing like that. Okay, thanks for the answer. Could it be... Echo, you onto something? I think so. You brought up a good line of thought that made me rethink the scenario. I recall seeing something that might answer our questions. I believe the culprit may have used a towel to strangle her. It's an unassuming object, isn't it? Of course there are going to be towels in the spa lounge. So the culprit took advantage of the location and utilized the tools available. The tool being the very towel she was resting her head on. Then they must have strangled her by wrapping the towel around her neck and pulling until she stopped struggling. It would have been used... Yeah, so I thought it was going to be her ribbon. But the towel... That may mean it makes sense. Until she stopped struggling and breathing altogether. Would explain the lack of fingernails dug in, as well as explain why I didn't see anyone near the climbing center in the event rope was used. It might just be conjecture, but it's the best thing we have so far. But there's something bothering me, if I may. What I don't get is, why was Pandora seemingly so relaxed in the spa? She was reclined, and there weren't any signs of struggle in the whole room. There must have been the obnoxious music playing in the spa, too, so I doubt she would have stayed. That's strange indeed. Certainly couldn't concentrate on the climbing grips once it started. Oh. Uh-huh. Music was so annoying. Didn't know it was playing until I was outside.
More importantly, Echo, did you bonk your head or something? The spa lounge is soundproof.
Oh. He said that, oh man, Lyle went to the jazz club afterwards. He just gave himself away. Huh? Well, I guess that makes sense since I threw the door open upon entering. Hang on, wait, what? The lounge is soundproof?
Whoops, was that not common knowledge?
Hold it, explain yourself. Does that have relevance to the trial? If the spa lounge is soundproof.
And the motivational music was playing through the rest of the mansion.
Whoever was in the spa lounge with Pandora must not have been aware of the music. Zero, I noticed in your kiosk message you didn't specify which room was soundproof. It simply said your current room is a special room, is that correct?
I said I didn't write that. But, yes, I guess it did say that, didn't it? Fine, yes. All second floor rooms are soundproof. Happy?
Interesting, so the rock climbing would have been soundproof if he didn't keep the door open.
All second floor rooms?
In that case, wouldn't Pandora have been completely relaxed and unaware of the motivational music when it started at 4? Oh, wait, that's right.
Well, not the atrium, but it's more of a giant hall than a room. No closed doors or anything, you know?
Wasn't aware. Left the climbing center's doors open during my stay.
So it's not just the jazz club. We probably assumed the jazz club alone was soundproof because people perform in there.
No, it's been revealed that Pandora was willingly in the spa lounge, relaxed and completely unaware of the music, presumably far before it started playing in the first place. And even when did it begin? And even when it did begin, she would have been undisturbed by it due to the soundproof quality of the spa lounge. Just a minute! That means the motivational music had nothing to do with provoking someone to kill her!
What? Echo? You have an idea of what provoked the person, don't you? You've had this look on your face since this afternoon. It's the note, isn't it? You've seen it before. In fact, you saw it before I brought it up with you in art. Yay! Finally talking about the note!
Yes, I've seen it before. Pandora herself showed it to me last night.
Pandora?
How'd she see it? Lyle said it was the announcement special gift from this morning.
I lied about that. There was no special gift. If someone did show up, I was just gonna call them a chump personally. I'm also actually perplexed as to where that came from. Although maybe I shouldn't complain, the note has made things very interesting.
What is this note you're all talking about? Remember that scrap of paper we saw in the spa pool? Yeah, it was soaked on legibility. That's the note we're talking about. Namely, a note to be kept in secrecy. Yeah. If I remember it said, if you recognize one of the symbols depicted, then you have finally found me and are safe. Please do not speak of this note's existence. Trust no one but yourself. And we're getting a raid from Zero to Hero Bolivia. Single raider raid. That's okay. That's alright. That's alright. Glad to see you here. We can still drop a link. Thanks, Blaze. Appreciate you. You were doing some Monster Hunter Rise earlier, which was pretty... I'm sure you had a lot of fun. Hopefully the issue you were having cleared itself up. We have a liar for a mastermind. Game's rigged. No, because... Maybe. Sipstein. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you did have a lot of fun. We're actually in the middle of our first trial here. If you want to see everything for yourself, you're welcome to go back. Is Monster Hunter. Yeah, I love Monster Hunter. What is your weapon of choice, if I could ask? I think we're just about wrapping this one up, actually. This chapter, anyway. You will aggressively sip tea. Okay, Cherry, whatever. I happen to be a light bow gun user. That's my weapon. I love it. You had a mini heart attack when you saw the video Monster Hunter out. What? What? Oh, new game for mobile. Interesting. You got the Insect Glaive? Insect Glaive is good, Jerry. It had 2 emblems on it, as the note references. And I saw one of those emblems on that shred of wet paper in the spot pool. Pandora was in possession of such a dangerous, suspicious thing. You used the charged blade. Interesting.
The culprit must have saw she had the note on hand and threw it in the pool to soak and destroy it.
Okay, Cherry.
They were probably afraid of the ramifications of protecting the recipient and what effect it could have on the rest of us in the killing game. Probably thought whoever was in possession of the note must be linked to the game itself.
Wouldn't the culprit be one of the few who knew of the note's existence? That's right. She reacted when Zero first mentioned it. Say, you reacted when Zero mentioned the note earlier. Have you seen the note before?
I have never seen it.
I see. But how could that be? Lyle said he saw Say go into the pantry, and after she left he saw the note. Before the trial, the only ones who could have seen it were Say, Lyle, Echo, and me, right?
The atrium special gift was a lie. Then what's with the secret note being in the pantry earlier this afternoon?
Imagine Pandora herself must have left it there, seeing as she was utilizing the ingredients from the pantry to make breakfast this morning. I mean, you know I like to use the hunting horn too, but I'm not in the way you do it, Cryo. Cryo's a really good hunting horn user. She just left it there? Then why is there a similar note in the spa's pool?
She couldn't have left it out of her possession if it's supposedly a note to be kept in secrecy. Wait a minute. Then are there 2 notes? But we still don't know where these notes came from in the first place. None of these random details are making any sense. I'm also having a hard time sorting out relevant information. Indeed. It's becoming difficult to define what is truth, what happened when, and why things are as they are. Can't we try to lay down a timeline of events? That would clear our heads and straighten things out, if anything. A timeline of events? Yes, I think that could help. I noticed a handful of discrepancies that could use clearing up. When Monster Hunter, is it Wilds comes out, I'm planning to do some Monster Hunter on the channel. So maybe, Cherry, maybe. Say har har guy. Perhaps I ought to take the events back to last night when Pandora showed me the secret note. The note seems to be the biggest complication. Pandora pulled me aside to show me the secret note at... it was right before we went to bed. So maybe 10? It's either 9 or 10. I think it's gonna be on Switch too, Cherry. 9 or 10. I wonder if the log will go back that far. I'm highly doubting it, but... yeah, no, it doesn't go back that far. You know, I'm gonna say 9. Oh, the lights started to dim. Dimming and right, okay. At 10. That's it. You want to participate? I know you do. To drink or not to drink? I shall drink. It was 10 p.m. I remember the lights started to dim during our conversation, indicating the start of nighttime. I mean, they did confirm that it's going to be cross-platform, and you could use like a phone or your computer on the side for Discord, Cherry. You could cheat and watch the previous stream? Nah. Where's the fun in that? I remember the lights started to dim during our conversation, indicating the start of nighttime. The following morning, which was earlier today, we can assume Pandora must have been up earlier than everyone else and began preparing breakfast for us. A small group of us had breakfast and conversed about the force motive question, which rang in at about 9. Yep. The force motive question announcement rang in at 9. No, they've already announced that it's cross-platform, Cryo. We briefly touched on the topic, but ultimately didn't feel any motivation to conduct any sort of killing, likely to the chagrin of the announcer. Afterwards, I had planned to go back to my room, but Art stopped me and we went around asking other students about the question. I mean, I'm like 99% sure that I've seen that it's cross-platform. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to double check, but I'm fairly certain. Also been lurking... Are you grinding in Just Brothership, or are you also grinding in Infinite Dream Wing It? We were occupied with asking until about 3. Yep, that's it. Just before 3, Art and I ran into Lyle as he was going to his room. We talked to him a little bit about the question, and he had little to say about the matter. During our conversation, he brought to our attention the secret note. The same secret note Pandora had the night before. Lyle claimed that someone had left the note in the pantry. And the person who was last in the pantry before him was Say. Lyle claims he saw Say scurry out from the second floor atrium and to the pantry and back out again. After Lyle showed us the disarmed door and the secret note, Art and Lyle went off on their own, and I went to the study at 3 p.m. While I was in the study, another announcement rang in and started playing some sort of jarring motivational music that once again attempted to start the killing. The motivational music began at 4. We are about to get another ad break. I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. That's right. I recall the announcer saying the time. I ran out of the study in a panic, trying to find any of the other students. From the atrium, I saw a shadowy figure at the top of the stairs. I followed them, but lost track, which instead led me to discover Pandora's body. If only I was able to keep up with the shadowy figure, perhaps this trial would have been over sooner. But it's strange. I couldn't seem to add anything up despite how much we knew. Or rather, perhaps there was some other unforeseen force factored in that contributed to Pandora getting killed. There had to be something missing. I felt an uneasy anticipation tugging at me, something willing me to continue the pursuit of whatever force caused this mess. I had to try. Uncovering the truth was more difficult than I thought. But Pandora would tell me not to give up. I had to try to narrow down where this strange factor's weak point was. I thought about the scenario from the starting point of when the note was revealed, since it was the topic of contention. Perhaps I ought to think backward from Pandora's death to see if there are any holes. Oh! This seems like another game. I'm gonna... Is anybody actually watching Twitch side and only Twitch side? Not that the ad has popped up yet. That's weird. Oh, it's just starting. You're here? It's telling me I've got 2 viewers. I'm assuming that's Blaze and my Lolita bot. So, I think we might be good to... Oh, Aloe's over there. Okay, well, we'll wait. So what are we thinking? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Art gave himself away with that sentence. I didn't even know it till I left, and then, yeah. Bye. Because from what I understand, he never went to the jazz club, so... You want me to say rar, but with more uwu? Why?
You hope it's Art, because they're low-key focusing on Say right now. Yeah, I really, like I said at the beginning, I kind of, the vibe was Art. We don't got a ton of time on this ad break left, so. Honestly, I kind of like having the ad breaks as a time to, like, center my thoughts, I guess. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Alrighty. You didn't win the Steam key bundle tonight. Let's see if you do tomorrow. Would be interesting. Alright. Pandora was killed in the spa lounge. True. There weren't any signs of her body being moved. Before she was killed, what was Pandora's speculated state in the spa lounge? Relax. How deep can my voice go? Ugh. We're able to assume she was relaxed in the spa lounge because the lounge is soundproof. We learned the spa lounge has soundproof qualities. If Pandora was in there with the door closed, she would likely not have been disturbed. Now that you're back at your PC, just brothership. Gotcha. Wait a minute. When I first entered the spa lounge, I was initially under the impression that there was more motivational music playing within. Little did I know it was only playing because I had thrown the door open, ruining the soundproof quality of the room. However, someone noted that they were unaware of the music until they moved from one area to the next. Yeah. The fact that the climbing center and the jazz club were already occupied and neither Cyrus nor Lyle claimed they were with company. This person could have left the only remaining room that shared the soundproof quality of the other two. Why was Pandora seeming so relaxed in the spa? She was reclined and there weren't any signs of a struggle in the whole room. There must have been the obnoxious music playing in the spa too, so I doubt she would have stayed. Strange indeed, I suddenly couldn't concentrate on the climbing grips once it started. The music was so annoying, I didn't know it was playing until I was outside.
More importantly, Echo, did you bonk your head or something? The spa lounge is soundproof.
There it is. Who was behind the spa lounge and motivational music discrepancy? By making a remark of the change between locations, the culprit could have only been in the spa lounge before the motivational music. By that logic, the culprit must have shared the room with the victim. Art must have been in the spa lounge with Pandora before she died. Man, I called this one really hard. Everyone, I think I have the full picture.
What was with you? You were totally spaced out for a second.
Be quiet, you.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Echo, was there something we were missing? Yeah, I think something might have slipped right under us. We've been looking at this under the guise that the motivational music had everything to do with the murder. However, there's a discrepancy in that thinking. Pandora was never exposed to it, yet she wound up a victim to the effects of it. As we discussed and discovered, all second floor rooms are soundproof from the outside noise when the door is closed. Case in point, Cyrus leaving the climbing center doors open and Lyle undisturbed in the jazz club. You ready for Friday? Same, wing it. But then I noticed, someone said something strange. They mentioned they weren't aware of the music either, that is, until they exited a presumably soundproof room. Neither Cyrus nor Lyle ever encountered anyone during their stay. So by process of elimination, the only room this person could have exited would be the spa lounge. I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but I think I knew who the culprit is. Art, did you kill Pandora?
Art?
Twitch Y what, wing it? Oh, hang on!
That can't be!
Please yield. Echo, this thought of yours. It's awfully bold for you to point finger at someone so conclusively. Well, it's only a shred of an idea, but it's the only piece that fits. If we put the timeline together, beginning from when Art and I separated at 3 p.m., it's not unreasonable to assume that this crime was conducted during a smaller window, after Art and Lyle separated, and before the motivational music. It's been stated several... Whoa. It's been stated several times that Lyle was by himself in the jazz club, so given the circumstance...
What? Y'all just gonna listen to that tiny impossible statement? Art, say something. Don't let them tell you what's what. It's nonsense.
What?
In fact, he was with me in the jazz club until 4 p.m. Yeah, isn't that right?
Lyle, you must know we are beyond the veil of smoke and mirrors at this point.
What are you implying?
It's too late for you to defend him. If you two were together, it would have been mentioned ages ago. That shadow I saw at the top of the stairs. It must have been Art, fleeing the spa lounge towards the atrium. He must not have known there was distressing music playing outside the spa. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let slip that he noticed a shift in music when leaving the spa after the fact. Lyle, please think about the events in your head. As much as I hate to admit it, there's only one answer I can think of. Even though this is all speculative, and I want nothing more than to not believe it, this is the only ammunition we have. What do you mean, Cherry? Art, we're your friends, aren't we? Please, if we're wrong, just tell us we're wrong. If this is all untrue, we can put this debacle behind us. Echo, you remember what I told you when you asked me about the force motive question? Yeah. I recall you said you liked playing golf, but you hadn't expanded your interests outside golfing. Yeah. It's 'cause they would never let me. It's a terrible existence being the ultimate golfer for them. All day I stand around in the sun, listening to jerks pitch false interest and crummy business ideas to each other. I'm not playing golf. I'm just there to look good while the suits are off playing corporate deception and back scratching. They made me hate golf. So that motive question made me think about what I was doing. I wasn't having fun anymore, you know. Even though I'm great at it. I'm the ultimate golfer. Even if that's the case, I didn't feel like me anymore. No sport person likes their sport. No sport guy likes their sport. Every sport girl does. It's weird. I've had more fun here, hanging out with everyone, not indulging my talent, even though it's the thing that landed me here in the first place. I kept thinking about that. Kept thinking about the FMQ. About how I hate this part of me that blessed me with the opportunity to hang out with all you fun people. Before I knew it, I wandered into the spa lounge for some peace and quiet. Thought no one was in there. But Pandora was there, quiet as a mouse. Didn't even notice her till I sat right next to her. She was so nice. Good afternoon, Art. Care to join me? Sure thing. You alright? Didn't scare you, did I? Oh, no, I just, didn't notice when you came in. You know how it is. Head's all somewhere else and all. I see. Art, may I ask you something? What's up? Believe I heard you influenced the merger between yours and Lyle's school, am I correct? Yeah, it was a while ago. Such an amazing accomplishment. I could only wish to achieve something half as grand as that. Oh, it's nothing. I hardly remember it. If you insist. It's nothing to sneeze at either. Sure the students of both schools have benefited greatly from the feat. Probably, I wouldn't know. I only went to school for a year before I was pulled out to focus on golfing. I have a private tutor to cover the difference. Oh, it's quite a generous offer. Hope you can use your talents and position to help more people. I don't know if that's big of a deal. I have faith in you, Art. In fact, I believe all of us have the ability to induce beneficial change if we're given the opportunity. Ultimate students, we have the power of passion and influence on our hands, just like them. I hope we all use it for the good of the future. I know we will. At last, I finally found them. I didn't know what to say. Power of passion? Influencing change isn't as rosy as she talks it up to be. The only thing my talent ever got me was trapped. I used to golf all the time with my grandfather before he passed away. After that, I was taken in by some company who would take care of me. 3 square meals and a comfortable place to live. I always played perfect games. Perfect, but boring. Day in, day out, just the same thing. Thought I was there to show my skill, but every game was just an outside business conference. Eventually, I honed my skills enough to hit a hole-in-one no matter what. Played short games no one would ever care to watch. But I ace it and they love it. I whiff it and they eat it up. At that point, they didn't care what I did. Using my talent for the good of the future? What about my future? I didn't want to stay with the group for the rest of my life. I thought escaping to the preservation project would finally free me from that imprisonment. Everything's all messed up. When Fedora closed her eyes, I felt a burning. She said she found them. Who was she talking about? It was obvious, right? I didn't know what to say. I just took the note she had and threw it in the pool. I didn't want it to go away. Then everything happened in slow motion. It's like my body had moved on its own. My head was ringing, my hands narrowed into the towel on her shoulders, and everything was red. It's like there was a fire in my head. When I heard her grasp, my arms were tense, and eventually... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lyle. I was just trying to have fun with you earlier. Huh? A good-for-nothing talent made me despise golf. I've never had fun with it since people discovered they could use me for their business deals. Running around with you, figuring out a big puzzle, was the most genuine fun I've had in a while. Thanks, Lyle.
What the? No way. No way. This isn't real. You're just part of the fake game, right? You didn't kill anyone. You're an actor. Tell me you're an actor and the whole story was fake. Or tell me this isn't real.
Oh. It was miserable. Like all of us, Lyle was struggling to come to terms with the fact that art, of all people... Lyle, is this the truth? We have a shred of evidence to go with a confession. I don't know if I can point out a culprit based on such little proof.
Missy, you want to keep discussing even after his pietous confession?
I'm able to have my doubts, am I not? I can't accept it, and I'm sure the rest of you are also having trouble just the same. Doubting is the only thing keeping me from fully realizing the weight of a lofty, impossible-to-swallow truth. If I can doubt, I can still cling to the possibility of art not committing such a horrible crime. Missy, you're deluding yourself with false hope. Just like the unfortunately misguided Lyle. Such thinking is unsustainable. You know what this makes me think of? This makes me think of Taka after Mondo was the killer.
There's no need for doubt.
I had a feeling she had... Oh, she's got a picture, doesn't she?
Cannon? I have definitive proof.
Cannon. It was small, but it was unmistakable. Art was seated at the base of the atrium's centerpiece globe, with his head in his hands. The photo looked to be shot from the second-floor entryway. That means the shadowy figure I saw was...
It was me, following Art as he fled the spa lounge.
Uh-huh?
I was in the foyer, remember? When I saw Art emerge from the spa lounge, I went to tail him, following him as far as the entrance to the atrium. Then I heard you shout for help and did an about-face. Little did I know I would stumble upon the very thing he was running from. What the heck is this? Cannon sure is a weird photographer. So, does that settle your doubt, Missy?
Why wait to reveal such damning evidence?
You think I want his blood on my hands? If I presented this photograph, we'd know the culprit for certain, thanks to me. Because I'm always unlucky enough to be in the wrong place at the right time. I don't want to bear that weight on my conscience. I know it's selfish, but take it or leave it.
Then I suppose it's settled. If we can agree that this is unquestionably the truth, then there is no room for doubt.
Seems y'all have come to a consensus. In that case, it's voting time. This is the final phase of the class trial. Vote for who you think is the culprit. After all that jabbering, you better have a solid answer. Don't let any of that sentimental doubt or faith or whatever keep you from saving yourselves.
Let's just save here because, I have a thought.
It's voting time.
We actually have to vote. Oh, we can only vote for him. Sad. Alright. Well, I nailed it. Oh, time for some roulette, I guess. Guilty.
And we have a winner. The culprit responsible for the murder of Pandora Spare is none other than the ultimate golfer, Arturo Campapiano. Took long enough. Let's try to do better next time, alright? But for now, it's time for the grand finale. You've reached your exciting destination at the end of your first class trial. That destination being punishment time!
Look at that budget, for real though.
Punishment time? Well, yeah, an eye for an eye, right? He was caught. Too bad. Recap rule number 5. To expedite the process toward the ultimate prize, one must kill a fellow student without getting caught. Oh, but what happens when they do get caught? Recap trial rules. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hands of your group decision. It's bizarre. If it weren't for Echo's conveniently specific memory and Cannon's terrible luck pulling her to witness him, Art might have gotten away. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Arturo Campapiano?
This is what the Preservation Project wanted, isn't it? To kill and live on, to prove your strength above other ultimates.
What? You think you're gonna live on? Whoops. You clearly don't have the emotional constitution to carry the people's future.
Oh, what? No.
You let your fears and anxieties eat at you until you broke.
Stop.
Why? I'm shocked Pandora didn't live.
Please.
She lost to you. A weak, vulnerable, pathetic.
I couldn't bear to hear anymore. That's enough. Oh, what did I say? We're gonna meet at least. Uh-huh. A silvery voice rose from somewhere in the room. That voice, it was the other announcer. The voice that welcomed us to this place was here? Zero, stop this at once.
Oh, you. I believe I got rid of you, but you still came back? So weird. See what I did there, Eve?
Eve? These students revealed the culprit. Was not sufficiently entertaining enough for you.
Yeah, they sure did do their thing, but geez, did it take a while. Alright, fine. His face was just so rich with despair, I couldn't help it. It was fun for you too, right?
Stop this.
Fine, fine. I'll get on with it. Goodbye, Arturo Campapiano, the ultimate golfer. Your execution awaits, and so it goes.
Zero's hologram warped out, and a huge rumbling sound tore through the room. Well, I mean, even Zero seemed like yin and yang, but he's got like a binary kind of theme, and Eve being the first and Zero being zero would kind of be like the ones and zeros of binary. So, which really are just yins and yangs, ons and offs, yeses and nos. I mean, yeah, so I get it, guy. I agree. Something was coming. You want to be Junko so bad. The courtroom floor rumbled beneath us. One of the trial grounds walls slid open, revealing a dark pit beyond the walls. From within, a golf cart came shrieking out, drifting and encircling our stands to stop squarely behind Art. Mechanized arms swept Art off his feet, pulling him into the cart, that had hardly stopped for a second before peeling back into the darkness that it came from. Art became sequestered from us. All we could do was watch in horror as his fate was projected on a screen in the middle of the trial grounds. Art was tossed unceremoniously in what appeared to be a sand bunker in the middle of a giant miniature golf course. In a daze, he rose, coughing up sand and meeting the gaze of a Kistich bear statue holding a raised driver. The bear twitched. Its metal body groaned warily as the arms shook to life. A swing tunneled through the air. Art gasped. Ultimate golfer execution by extreme hazard.
Phew, that was worth the wait, I think. And it's funny. He hated golf, but little did he know all those business deals he sat in on. Those deals were the ones that brought in funding for the preservation project, the very thing he wanted to escape to. He thought he could fly away. Turns out his influence was unescapable.
One golf swing by a giant robotic bear.
Life sure is cruel, isn't it?
It was horrifying. A disgusting display mocking Art's ultimate title ended his life. He hated his talent, and in his last moments, it was all he saw. We all stood completely and utterly shocked. No one said a word. No one moved a muscle. An unmistakable sinking feeling froze over us. Despair.
In return for entertaining me, I want to answer one question that's been drilling into your minds.
Where are we? This isn't the preservation project at all, is it?
Oh, I said one question only. Our beloved courtroom resides in the Monokuma superstructure. Remember those earthquakes? Those aren't going to bother us thanks to civil engineering. The wonders of modern technology never cease, huh? So cool. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
It most certainly did not, you cad. Zero. That silvery voice spoke once more. You are a reaper of despair. Whatever you do ends in futility and provides no benefit to anyone. No benefit to anyone except you and your horrible schadenfreude. Do not think for a moment you've won. I will continue to fight back, even after what you've done to me. A silver of light remains. Echo Pine. Huh? You've received the title of Ultimate Memory. Ah! Good call, Alex. I don't even know if you're still here, but good call.
Memory? What is that? We have a tactician, photographer, and silly puzzle master. Good memory for their skills is already required, wouldn't you think? I won't even humor you with this one. The talent isn't even comparable to something useful like ultimate analytical prowess like that one pathetic girl.
That's a Junko dig.
Come on, you've really given up trying, haven't you? It's no fun having any competition. Fine, you think that'll give these people hope? NP6, your queen is in trouble. I have little information neither you nor your students will like. Cyrus Suryuk is someone to be wary of. Ah, there it is. He isn't who he says he is. He's not a normal ultimate student like the rest of you. He's much more involved in this game than you think. Ultimate charisma is a terrible cover talent. You're all truly clueless if you believe that.
Oh my god, I really called all of it.
Jesus.
Ultimate memery. Oh boy, we are getting another ad break on Twitch. So let's chat about this for a few minutes. So Echo can accurately recall things from his memory. Yeah, that seems to be what it's gonna be.
What? So you haven't? I've been given this power for a reason, you know, and I'm gonna use it as I please.
This isn't the answer.
Whatever, courtroom is closed. The losers can marinate in despair for a night, but tomorrow we'll get it going again.
0.
Shut up! I'm tired of your poor, useless attempts at creating hope. You will never win. You're a failure.
With that odd display, the 2 holograms cut out. What? What just happened? I was on the verge of tears. My whole body shook violently. Ugh. There was a weight at the bottom of my heart, dragging my whole body down. I felt like my head was going to split. Becoming trapped in a strange luxury mansion where I seemingly didn't belong. Stuck with a group of revered students with so-called ultimate talent. Getting involved... Oh, there's the ad break. So we'll wait just a minute here. What do I make? Do you make your theory? You have a feeling they're in a game simulation. Interesting, guy. Would be interesting. Looks like we found our traitor. Could be. So, I literally picked the killer and dead. Yikes. We've met at least 2 people. At least gotten names for 2 people. It's possible we'll get another one. We'll see. One of them at least has a feminine name. And you honestly thought it was going to be canon as traitor. Yeah, you're back and you were getting ready for bed and you're getting your sparkling water. People mostly find sparkling water disgusting. No, I think it's actually pretty good. Sparkling water doesn't normally have fluoride in it, so it's not an issue for me. Sparkling water is the TV static of drinks. Cryo still thinks it's a cruise liner. Would still be cool. What was my thought on who was going to be the traitor? Honestly, I didn't think that we were going to get a traitor this early in. At least not like an announcement of one, so I hadn't really speculated yet because I wanted a little bit more information first. But I did say earlier that I didn't think that Cyrus's talent was actually going to be ultimate charisma. So I have a fluoride allergy, 0. So for me, it's kind of like it's something that I can actually, like a water I can actually drink. Because most sparkling waters are made from distilled water and then mineralized. So they don't normally have fluoride in them. Wait, what? I know I don't drink it very often, but I do like it. And the Twitch shed should be about back. So, what are we waiting for, Cryo? Maybe that's the real reason you rolled a 94? I don't know. Could be. What is my favorite drink? I drink a lot of tea. This doesn't seem like a cruise ship with the layout of everything. It could be though, guy. This could just be like a really luxury cruise liner with like a big mansion built onto it. Because they did say that like we don't have to worry about the earthquakes anymore. If we were in a ship, especially if we were in like one underwater maybe. Or did you mean my favorite sparkling water? I don't usually drink one because they're like kind of expensive. But I just like the plain like Perrier. Anyhow, getting involved up in a class trial where we had to investigate someone killing someone else. Concluding with gruesome execution as if everything else wasn't enough. Why was this happening? I want to go to bed. For a long, long, long time. Oh, I don't like that graphic. Before I knew it, my limp body dove to the floor and I keeled over. My heavy eyes closed wearily and I allowed myself to sink into the velvety darkness. I thought we were gonna get another student. A deep pulsing darkness filled every crevice and fold, bleeding through razor-thin cracks. Oh, maybe we should end it here, actually. See, we really probably should end it here. I had a good time. Expensive how much? Here you can buy a brand called Vital 2 liters for about $1.15 US. Let me see. I'm just, again, looking at, like, a local place. A 6-pack of 16.9 ounce bottles is, like, $8. You think the other ultimates mentioned are victors of the prior Preservation Project killing game? It's possible. Does anybody else have any, like, real thoughts about this while I look for raids? Because we are going to end here. I kind of wanted to go a little bit further, but... You were wrong on Ashley giving death fags, but not Pandora. True, Joey, true. Before you go, can I react to the Monster Hunter Outlands? I don't really do reacts on the channel. Maybe Zero and Eve are previous contestants? Maybe. You were not a contestant. She had the hair. Who had the hair? Oh yeah, the death haircut. Yeah. I know. Honestly, I think that we probably need something calming after a Danganronpa trial, so we'll go here on Twitch. Let's find something to do on YouTube. Pandora and the haircut. Yeah, Pandora and the haircut. Pandora and the haircut. Gonna hear it till the end of time, aren't I? And Pandora's box. Yes, yes, yes. Honestly, it was pretty obvious. I was really hoping that they were gonna, you know, not do that, but they did. They did. Maybe Zero hosted a killing game before and he failed somehow and got killed for it. Maybe. Or maybe they're both AI. Or maybe they're both actual people. There's like 10 or 20 things it could be. It's also a chapter 1 title as a reference to the song. I was wondering that. We're looking for a raid. Looking for a raid. Looking for a raid. Can we raid here? Copy. Do 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 do. I know that I don't have what's it called? It's scheduled yet, but tomorrow we are going back to the world of Ace Attorney, and we are going to be doing what's it called? More edgy boy. Edgy boy, edgy boy, edgy boy. Just trying to figure out where we're going. Old bag about to chase edgy boy Edgeworth? Maybe. Not really anything that I think would be fantastic to be going to see. What's over here? Oh, you know what? We'll go over to 100% Zelda. They're doing a Breath of the Wild race, which is always something fun to watch. Catnip for Neko. Thank you. Sippy too. Here we go. There's the raid tag. I hope everybody enjoyed their night here tonight. I know I did. I hope you did too. And until next time, bye!